Welcome back to the deep dive. We're here to cut through the noise and get to the heart of big ideas.
And today we're tackling a real giant, Stephen Covey's The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People.
Yeah, published way back in '89, but still huge. Sold, what, over 40 million copies? It's incredible.
It really is, and I think a big reason it lasts is Covey wasn't selling quick fixes, you know?
Right. No magic bullets here.
No, it's all about principles, character, changing from the inside out, fundamentally, not just like surface level techniques.
That's a key difference. So our mission today is, well, to get beyond just listing the habits.
Exactly. We want to distill the real wisdom. Why do these ideas still hit home? And, how can you actually use them?
Right. Because the world's changed a lot since '89.
For sure. But the principles, Covey argued, are timeless. We'll look at his whole framework moving from dependence to independence and then to interdependence.
Ah, yes, the 3 stages.
Yeah.
And the habits fall into categories, right? Private victory, public victory.
And renewal.
Oh.
Exactly. Private, public, and then sharpen the saw.
Okay, so let's start where Covey starts. If you want to master your world, you first have to master yourself. The private victory. Habits 1, 2, and 3.
That's the foundation. And it kicks off with habit 1. Be proactive.
Sounds simple. Take responsibility.
It does, but it's deeper. It's not just doing stuff. It's realizing that between what happens to you, the stimulus, and how you react, your response, there's a space.
A space.
Yeah, a space where you have the freedom to choose your response. You're not just a product of your circumstances. You're the architect.
So it's about owning that choice.
Yeah.
Not blaming things outside yourself.
Precisely. Stop blaming the weather, the traffic, your boss. Focus on your circle of influence. What can you actually do that's being proactive?
Okay, I get it. It's an internal shift first. A mindset thing.
Absolutely. Once you've got that sense of being in charge of your responses, Covey says, okay, now what direction are you heading? Which brings us to habit 2. Begin with the end in mind.
Ah, the vision habit. Knowing where you're going.
Exactly. It's about defining very clearly what's ultimately important to you. Picture your own funeral, Covey famously suggests. What do you want people to say?
That's pretty confronting.
It is, but powerful, because once you have that end point, that vision, every decision, every action today can be measured against it. Are you moving towards that end?
You can't be effective if you don't know what effective means for you long term.
That's the core insight. And he suggests a practical tool for this, the personal mission statement.
Right. Writing down your values, your purpose. Takes work, but I imagine it clarifies things immensely.
It really does, which leads naturally into habit 3. Put first things first. This is where the rubber meets the road. Discipline. Execution.
This is the time management one, right? Prioritizing.
Sort of, but it's more about life management through prioritizing. The key idea is focusing on what's truly important, not just what feels urgent.
Ah, the tyranny of the urgent. We all feel that. Emails, notifications.
Exactly. Covey talks about the time management matrix. 4 quadrants. Effective people, he says, spend their time on quadrant 2 activities.
Quadrant 2, those are the important but not urgent things.
That's it. Things like long-term planning, building relationships, exercise, learning, prevention, the stuff that builds capacity but doesn't usually scream for attention.
Yeah, the stuff we know we should do but often gets pushed aside by the fires of the day.
And that's the challenge. These things don't give immediate gratification. You have to be disciplined.
So what's the common mistake people make here, just trying to squeeze quadrant 2 in?
Pretty much. Covey's famous quote nails it. The key is not to prioritize what's on your schedule, but to schedule your priorities.
Ah, schedule your priorities. Block out time for the important stuff.
You have to. Otherwise, the urgent will always win. These first 3 habits, they build your character, your self-mastery. That's the private victory.
Okay, foundation built. Now we move outward, right? To interacting with others, the public victory. Habits 4, 5, and 6.
Exactly. Having achieved independence, now you work towards effective interdependence. And that starts with habit 4. Think win-win.
Win-win. Sounds nice, but is it always realistic? Sometimes someone has to lose, don't they?
Well, Covey argues that's a scarcity mindset. Life isn't always a zero-sum game. Win-win isn't just about compromise, where everyone gives a little.
What is it then?
It's about seeking mutual benefit, believing there's plenty for everyone. It requires looking for a third alternative, a solution that's actually better for both parties than what they originally had in mind.
So it's collaborative problem solving, not just dividing the pie.
Precisely. It fosters trust, strengthens relationships. It's a totally different frame for interaction.
Okay, that makes sense. And that mindset probably helps with the next one. Habit 5. Seek first to understand, then to be understood.
Oh, this one is huge. Maybe the most critical for relationships. The core idea is empathic listening.
Empathic listening, meaning
Meaning, listening with the genuine intent to understand the other person's perspective, their feelings, their frame of reference, before you jump in with your own advice or story.
that is hard. We're usually just waiting for our turn to talk, formulating our reply.
Exactly. Most people listen with the intent to reply, not understand. It takes real effort, real humility to suspend your own stuff and just listen. But when you do,
Trust builds. Communication opens up.
massively, you can't get to win-win solutions. You can't collaborate effectively if you don't truly understand the other person first.
It connects directly back to habit 4 then.
Absolutely. And it leads right into habit 6, synergize.
Synergy. That sounds a bit corporate buzzwordy sometimes.
Maybe. But Covey's meaning is profound. It's about creative cooperation, teamwork where the whole is genuinely greater than the sum of its parts.
Like 1 + 1 = 3 or more.
That's the idea. But the key to synergy isn't just getting along, it's actually valuing the differences between people.
Valuing differences, not just tolerating them.
Right. Seeking out different perspectives, opinions, strengths, because it's in combining those diverse viewpoints that you find solutions nobody could have thought of alone. It's creative collaboration at its best.
Okay, so private victory gives you self-mastery, public victory gives you effective relationships, and teamwork.
Mhm.
What's left?
The habit that makes all the others sustainable, it's in its own category. Renewal. Habit 7. Sharpen the saw.
Sharpen the saw. I like that metaphor. Keep yourself sharp.
Exactly. It's about taking time for self-renewal, regularly investing in yourself across 4 key dimensions.
4 dimensions, what are they?
Physical exercise, nutrition, rest, mental reading, learning, planning, writing, social, emotional, building relationships, empathy, service, and spiritual, connecting to your values, meditation, nature, purpose.
So it's holistic. Body, mind, heart, and spirit.
Completely. You neglect one area, and eventually it impacts all the others. Your saw gets dull. You can't practice the other habits effectively if you're burnt out or stagnant.
It's the principle of continuous improvement applied to yourself. Makes total sense.
It's the habit that ensures long-term effectiveness and growth.
Okay, let's zoom out now. We've covered the habits themselves. What are some of the big overarching themes that run through this whole book? One you mentioned earlier was character over personality.
Yes, that's huge for Covey. He really draws a distinction between what he called the character ethic, things like integrity, humility, courage, justice, and the personality ethic, which focuses more on public image, skills, techniques, positive thinking.
Kind of like substance versus style.
Sort of. Covey argued that lasting success, real effectiveness, comes from your fundamental character, your core principles, not from quick-fix personality techniques or trying to manipulate how people see you. Character is the foundation.
Which ties into another big theme, principle-centered living.
Absolutely. He believed there are universal, timeless principles like fairness, honesty, service, growth that operate like natural laws. Aligning your life and habits with these principles is the key to effectiveness. They're like lighthouses, unchanging guides.
They're not just nice ideas, they're fundamental truths about how things work.
That was his firm belief, and this principle-centered, character-based approach is really what makes the book so enduring, I think. It gives it weight.
Definitely. And what are its strengths overall? You mentioned timelessness.
Timelessness, yes. Deeply philosophical, but also practical. He provides frameworks like the time matrix or the idea of emotional bank accounts.
Yeah, it blends the why with the how.
Exactly. And it really pushes you toward both personal and professional growth. It builds a foundation for leadership, not just management.
Okay, but no book is perfect.
Oh.
What are some common criticisms or maybe considerations?
Well, some find it a bit dense. It's not light reading. It can feel abstract, especially if you're new to this kind of thinking.
Yeah, it requires effort, deep introspection. It's definitely not a weekend read for a quick fix.
Absolutely not. It demands real engagement and application. Some parts can read a bit like a textbook. It's substantial.
So who is this really for? Who gets the most out of it?
Honestly, almost anyone seeking genuine long-term change. Leaders, managers, entrepreneurs, absolutely. But also students, parents, anyone wanting to build a more effective and meaningful life.
If you're looking for more than just productivity hacks, if you want to work on the core stuff,
then this is for you. If you liked, say, Atomic Habits for its system focus, or How to Win Friends for relationships, or Deep Work for focus, Covey provides the sort of underlying operating system.
That's a great way to put it, the operating system for effectiveness.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, so wrapping this up, we've journeyed from the private victory, being proactive, having a vision, prioritizing, to the public victory, thinking win-win, understanding others, synergizing, all supported by continually sharpening the saw.
It's a powerful progression from self-mastery to relationship mastery to continuous growth.
Our final verdict, I mean, it's a classic for a reason. I'd say a strong 9.5 out of 10.
I'd agree. It's not just a book, it's more like a blueprint. A blueprint for designing a life of purpose and effectiveness from the inside out.
Absolutely. So, as you're listening to this, here's something to think about.
After everything we've discussed, which one of these 7 habits really truly resonates with you right now? Where do you feel the biggest pull, or maybe the biggest need?
And more importantly, what's one small, concrete step, just one thing you could take today or maybe tomorrow to start putting that principle into practice, even just a tiny bit?
Because remember, understanding is just the first step. The real transformation happens when you start doing. It's a journey, and it starts with that single step.